Welcome to Greater Good Radio Hawaii, where leaders inspire leaders. Greater Good Radio Hawaii is dedicated to social entrepreneurship. I'm your host, Evan Leong, and with me is my co-host, Carrie Leong.
Thank you, Evan. Today's guest is a cross between a social entrepreneur, corporate attorney, and company builder. He is a founder and a partner in Vantage Counsel, LLC, which is a new approach to law firms. He is a graduate of Yale University and Berkeley Law School. After his clerkship to the Honorable Herbert Y.C. Choi, he joined the San Francisco law firm of Pillsbury, Madison, and Sutro, where he gained expertise in the areas of startups and venture capital, general corporate, securities law and mergers and acquisitions, representing companies ranging from startup to public companies and venture capital firms, including Hamburg and Quist. He later became a partner in local firm Goodsell, Anderson, Quinn, and Stiefel, and left to change the legal profession by starting Vantage Counsel. He is an active participant in various technology-related groups in Hawaii, including Highbeam, Dragon Bridge, the Entrepreneurs Foundation of Hawaii, the Advisory Board of University Connections, and the Wayne Brown Institute. Social entrepreneurship runs strong through his family as he helped his son, River, raise over $20,000 for charity this year. Please welcome today's guest, Greg Kim. Welcome to our show, Greg.
Oh, thank you.
In a nutshell, can you share with us more about Vantage Counsel and how it's a little different than typical law firms?
Well, I've been hanging around with entrepreneurs for a while by way of background, and kind of rubs off on you. They look at the world differently. They look at things and decide they want to improve them, and they do something about it, and then they go and gather resources to get it done. A good friend of mine who's an entrepreneur investor told me, if I ever wanted to do something entrepreneurial, don't give up my daytime job. And I started thinking, hey, there's some things within the legal profession that we can address and maybe improve things. So why not stick with that? Also, having the credibility of working for 20 years, bricks and mortar law firms, I know the customer, I know the providers, and I know what they want and what their complaints have been. So I just decided, hey, let's try something new. I had great times at the law firms I'd been working at over the last 20 years, but I just decided I want to try to strike it on my own and see if we can come up with a new model. And so what we're trying to do is come up with a law firm model that is low in overhead, which means high profit margins. That leads to certain advantages. You can work less hard and make the same levels of income that you would make at a higher overhead firm. That gives you some advantages in recruiting because people can be more profitable. And I think ultimately, if people have the choice between more money and more time, a lot of people will choose more time, and so that improves the quality of their life. On the client side, we can charge differently because we're not so driven to pay for our overhead. And so we always look for value-add fee arrangements where it's not based on time, it's based on creating a result, getting to the end of a transaction, or a fixed price, or something where we're paid to be more to be efficient and to add value, not paid more by just adding more time to matters. And so we're experimenting, but that's what entrepreneurship's all about, is you get out there, you try things, you learn from it, you adjust. So we're having a good time.
What are some examples of overhead that you've cut? Is it primarily large offices and staff, or is it something else?
Yeah, I think it's all of the above. I think what I've seen through our tech companies and just through what's happening in the world, we're becoming closer connected through technology. People are telecommuting more. People are working from home more. At-home parents are working more. If you see the trends, the people that come out ahead in these trends are the ones that see it coming before it actually happens. I see the world changing to the point where we could have a roster of attorneys in our firm that work. They're not all in Hawaii. We have one attorney actually who works in Silicon Valley because he likes what we're doing. He just hooks up. And we don't charge much to be on our roster. We just want to form teams of people that want to work together. So the advantage would be, you don't need an office. I think the traditional lawyer model is one cubicle, one office per attorney, which I think can be changed because, frankly, when you're a young attorney, no one comes to visit you anyway. And when you're a more senior attorney, what ends up happening is your office is cluttered with papers and boxes, so you don't use it as a meeting place anyway. Mm-hmm. And so, coupled with the fact you can work at Starbucks, you can work at Kahala Mall, hot spots are going to be coming up everywhere. There's businesses on the mainland like Boingo targeting the hotspot business nationwide and worldwide. So it's going to become available everywhere to the point where you don't need to be in an office to work.
Thanks for tuning in. Stay tuned for more on Greater Good Radio.